Welcome back for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is part of the Llewellyn's yearbook series. This is an older one. It's 2020, but it's Llewellyn's 2020 Witches Spell a Day Almanac. Holidays and Lore, Spells, Rituals, and Meditations. This is by a variety of authors. So there's I don't know, probably at least there's 2 full pages of authors to give you context. Some of the names y'all might have heard of, some maybe not so much. There's quite a variety in here. Actually, it goes on to a 3rd page too. So there's a lot of different paths represented that way, which I like. I think having the different perspectives for this is really nice. So if you are curious what this book is, basically, you don't need to worry necessarily too much if it's the correct year. This is one you could easily want to get at any time. They're just spells for every day. That's all it is. It's various spells every single day. And when you get to the months, it usually will have a little blob. Here we go. Little blob about the month. And that's it. And really, this is it'll tell you bits of details for obviously the year it was written. But other than that, most of this you could use whenever. The spells aren't necessarily tied to that specific year and day and astrological things. And of course, it usually happens every year anyways. And so it's got a lot of different options, but I do think it's not one that you have to be oh, I gotta get it this year. You could get it later and it would still be appropriate. Much like the Witch's Companion. There's a few in this yearbook series that they do that it doesn't really matter the year. The content will be fine no matter what, how many years have passed. Now, I really liked this book, honestly, and it's one that Llewellyn promotes a lot. Because I swear, every day, they make a call out to this book of whatever the spell was or some of the details. A lot of times I'll just see them talk about this little top bit of what the moon phase is, if it goes into moon of void course, color of the day, instance of the day. And then if you have the book, obviously it goes through the spell. On their website, sometimes they have some bits and things in here that you can find. I don't know if it's once it's out of print or something that goes into effect. I don't know. But this is one I think I would actually go out and buy. There were a lot of these that I'm I love this. There's just about everything. No Fear, Nearing Hallow's Household Blessing. Obviously that's right around Halloween. Offering to Venus, New Moon, New Beginning, Letter to the Deceased, Fire Up Your Will, A Serenity Spell, Balancing Act, Personal Independence Day, A Rain Blessing, Cutting Ties, Message in a Bottle. It goes through everything. A spell to increase your personal power, Woven Protection for the Notorious, Fill into Your Truth. It's got just about every aspect of life really covered. Most of your baseline spell categories are represented. There's also quite a few that were, it was kind of interesting that it included for, obviously, I'm getting to that age where you would think more of your kids rather than yourself. But there's a lot of, going back to school and, getting new friends as, a kid versus an adult. There's a little charm you make to, put inside of, your kid's backpack before they go back to school. And there's a friendship bracelet thing that you would make for your kid. And then of course there's other ones that obviously if you're going back to school yourself, you could do that too. But there was just so many things. There was house stuff, there was protection, there was holidays. It had everything. It even had a couple little tiny bits of Norse deity work. There was one that I think it was you made bread and you saved a piece and gave it to Thor as a thankfulness in the abundance in your life or something like that. But other than that, it was mostly kind of your generic pantheons of really the center is gonna be Greek. Once in a while you get a few others, but it's mostly the Greeks. So again, if that's your chosen pantheon, you'll be set. If not, we know how it goes. We kind of figure out which one of our pantheon deities kind of match to that role and go with that. For instance, again, it's Mabon's right around the corner and nobody talks about her at all as an option. So, it's well, hell could be great for your balance because again, half life, half death. Pretty accurate for her, but whatever. And Like, I think there's like 1 or 2 mentions of like Caradwyn, but like really it's like Pan and Venus, Mars. Like there's generic kind of deity names you're gonna come across. Again, once in a while, like Thor was mentioned, but there was no others really. Like I don't even know if Freya was mentioned, like let alone other pantheons. There's a few random ones, but not a whole lot. So it's mostly gonna be Greek and Roman pantheon. And yeah, I mean, other than that, this book is really interesting. I think I would personally, if I found a copy of this out and about in the world, I would grab it because there are so many that I like. This is one that I think I would buy year to year just to start having a collection. I like having various spells to have as an option, and just in my book of spells to be like, I'm not really feeling this style, try this one or this one. It's nice to have a backlog of options. So anyways, that is going to be it for this book review. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Huge thank you to my patrons. I'll have their names over here. If you'd like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.